what kind of movie could you watch today that provides you with action-packed football and a good moral lesson? Most movies today are just for your entertainment. Most of them are just repeats and they have no value. They're just remakes of movies that you've already seen. Facing the Giants not only has a good moral value, but also specifically shows the effect that faith has on lives, the importance of relationships, and how perseverance through hard times pays off in the end. In this movie, a coach of a Christian high school uses his faith to bring his team back together. He's coached this school for 6 years and they have never had a winning season. He cries out for help to God, and God luckily answers and leads his team to a winning season and also helps lead his players on a path to Christ. Perseverance is shown in many ways in this movie, but more specifically when players keep changing schools on their senior year and the parents set up a meeting to try to get rid of the coach because they don't think he's any good, and the coach's car breaks down, his stove breaks down, and he basically doesn't have anything. He feels like he can never help the team win or anything, and he perseveres through all of that. He changes his attitude, he changes how the team plays. They received a new kicker, which helped them win, and he got a new car on top of that just because he could. Another way perseverance is shown is when the players are asked to do the death crawl, which is like when you bear crawl down the field and you have another kid on top of your back. One player was asked to go to the 50-yard line, and instead of going to the 50-yard line, he blindfolds them and he makes it through the whole field because he persevered so hard and he gave it all that he had. He tried hard and he believed in himself, and that's how he made it the whole length of the field. David, who's the kicker of the team, he did not have faith in himself, and he believed that he couldn't make it when he kicked it, and every time that he got up there, when he didn't believe in himself, he could never make a field goal. And when he trusted in God and he believed in himself, he would make it, and that's when he had faith in himself. And the coach was often told that he needs to plant the seed and wait for it to be watered, and so he planted the seed, he changed the curriculum of his players, and he just waited for God to water it and help it grow and turn into a big and better team. When he waited for God to help it grow, it showed the importance of relationships and how you need to trust in God, and you have God on your side to help you make the right choices, and when you're in trouble, you have someone to turn to always. In the movie, one of the players and his dad, they don't get along very well, and he disrespects his father and doesn't ever listen to him. And when the coach talks to the player, he forms a better relationship with his dad and tells him that he's going to start respecting him from now on. And he also followed Christ that day. So it shows the importance of how you need to have a relationship between team players and your family and a relationship with God. And altogether, perseverance is shown through the times that were tough, and when they persevered through hard times, they got a better outcome. And you must follow your own faith in order to believe in yourself and to help yourself succeed and to help others succeed. And relationships are key in your life to help make you a better person. So if you haven't seen this movie, I encourage you to go out and see it this week, because let's be honest, who doesn't like an action-packed movie with football and also has a good moral value?
Hold you prisoner. Hope can set you free. This quote summarizes the moral of the movie, The Shawshank Redemption. The main character, Andy Dufresne, is sent to endure his life sentence in Shawshank Prison, where he becomes one of the most influential inmates of all time, and it has an impact on everyone he meets. Aside from this unique plot, the message of the movie is one of the most relatable aspects, even though the situation itself may seem outlandish. Although it did not have immediate success at the box office, it is one of the most popular movies of today. And together, these aspects create 142 minutes of very entertaining film that all starts with just one man. Wrongly imprisoned for murdering his adulterous wife and her lover, Andy Dufresne is sent to the prison where he begins to earn the respect of the fellow inmates and of the prison officials. Red, played by the Honorable Morgan Freeman, is a best friend to Andy during his 20-year stay and also the narrator of the film. Red is self-proclaimed to be the only guilty man in Shawshank. After overhearing a prison guard complain about the taxes on his forthcoming inheritance, Andy, an established banker, provides the guard with a loophole that will allow him to keep all of the money. This loophole begins to earn Andy the respect from all of the prison guards, and most importantly of the warden. He begins to receive special privileges that includes working in the library and taking over the prison's financials, where he soon learns that the warden is not a man to be trusted. I can't reveal everything that happens to make this movie so great, but one aspect is the message behind it all. Hope, persistence, and individual resistance. These characteristics are not only possessed, but courageously displayed by Andy. Not only are they character traits, they double as a central theme. Salvation lies within. Ironically, this quote is said by the devious warden, but it summarizes Andy with just 3 words. With his physical body locked in a cell, his spirit is never tied down. This symbolism shows that spirit can prevail no matter what the circumstance. The message of hope is conveyed so well that everyone in the audience can relate, even though I'm assuming that most of us can't directly relate to having our individualism and freedom stripped from us in a prison setting. This also lets the movie appeal to a broader audience. Not only will it appeal to those who want to watch Morgan Freeman star or who are interested in prison movies, but it also appeals to those with a softer side. The moral of the movie is the most evident part and the reason why it is so renowned. Remarkable. The Washington Post needed only one adjective to describe its feelings on the movie. Although The Shawshank Redemption has many positive reviews just like this, it did not have immediate success at the box office. However, this should not sway your opinion to go watch the movie, because just like Pablo Picasso, who died without a dollar to his name, his work is now being sold for millions. After being a fan of this movie for years and watching it enough times to have the majority of the lines memorized, I feel as if I'm authorized to share my opinion on the movie, which is that Shawshank Redemption has everything necessary to become a classic. The plot, helped by Andy's clever mind, confrontation, and new characters, never sees a dull moment. The moral of the movie is very strong because everyone in the audience can relate. And overlooking the fact that it did not have immediate success, it is now one of the most popular movies of today. So press play. Salvation lies within.
1.8 million viewers tuned into Jersey Shore last night. Jersey Shore is giving teens the wrong idea about how life should be treated, and then giving teens the idea that they can live the lives they want to live, and that they can invite strangers into their house. Not everyone would think this is normal. When they invite, or like when they on the show, when they live like on life or on the show, we believe that we can live that way because our brain isn't fully developed until like the early mid-20s, and because we don't have the real life experience, we believe like what we see is true and that we can do it. They're our role models, and we believe like because they're our role models, we follow their footsteps, and they might impact our lives, and those impacts might not be so great. They believe that Jersey Shore cast members think that life is all about partying and drinking and having fun with like no restrictions. They go to the club every night and don't have to be home at a certain time. They drink alcohol, which can lead to bad decisions, and that those bad decisions might be getting in fights in clubs or driving drunk. Driving drunk leads to not thinking about other people's actions, and during the daytime they think it's okay to go on the beach completely wasted and This is shown like when Snooki gets a PI, a public intoxication, for being on the beach drunk. They don't think about, or like they disregard the normal human instinct of safety by inviting people into their home, and the guys treat it like a competition to see how many girls they could get to bring home by the time they are there. That it's against someone's own morals that to bring someone home that they don't know. They're like normal people would think about, there are crazy people out there and they don't know what they're like when they're drunk, so no one would ever do it. But the cast members do it all the time. We think about our own safety, unlike the Jersey Shore cast members. It is not a show teens should be watching. It is ruining our country slowly and surely. Our brains are not fully developed until the early mid-20s. We think what we believe and see is true because we do not have the full life experience. Under the influence of alcohol, we do not make good decisions, and it is shown on the show when they go to the bar every night and come home and bring girls home. Disregarding the normal human instinct of our security and our safety, they bring home girls and don't think about their safety. Jersey Shore represents multiple terrible habits. They drink and party and invite strangers over into their house and disregard the normal human instinct. Drinking and partying leads to bad decisions. These behaviors can ruin your life if not take it from you. It can happen in the blink of an eye.